Bacon, it's stuck.
We're on record. Good evening and welcome to the meeting of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills Board of Adjustment. It is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, and it is 7:30 p.m. Roll call. We have Mr. Jaskowitz.
Here.
Ms. Neglia.
Here.
Mr. Petty.
Here.
Mr. Quinn.
Here.
Mr. Reddy.
Present.
Chairwoman Graniani.
Present.
We have our board planner, Mr. Chadwick. Our
Present.
board engineer, Mr. Lamanowitz.
Here.
And our board attorney, Mr. Johnson.
Here.
Announcement is made that adequate notice of this meeting has been given and that it is being conducted in accordance with NJSA 10:4- at sec of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act.
Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chadwick, you swear or affirm that any testimony that you give tonight should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Mr. Lamanowitz, do you swear or affirm that any testimony that you give tonight should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on something other than is what on our agenda this evening? I see none. Ms. Jolie, please.
All right, we're going to go through our resolutions. The first two we'll do as a group. Application 2557, 6 Harding Court, and application 2562, 9 Enton Road. Those who can vote are... Okay, Reddy made a motion. Do you have a second, Jaskowitz? Neglia, Petty? Okay. All right, and all in favor?
Aye.
And our last resolution, application 2245, 199, New Road, 219.
So moved. Second.
Jaskowitz?
Aye.
Petty?
Yes.
Reddy?
Yes.
Grignani?
Yes. Thank you. Application 25:54. Patel, 105 Leemore Drive, Block 206, Lot 21, Zone R3, a C variance to construct a one-story addition, 2-story additions, a second-story addition over an existing one-story and 2 balconies, contrary to section 430-35, columns 4 and 10. Sir?
Hi. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. What's your name?
Amit Patel.
Spell your last name?
P-A-T-E-L.
You can sit, have a seat, just use the microphone.
I'm the architect.
Gotcha. I figured that. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? State your name, spell your last name, please.
Afshan Rendell,
Can you spell your last name, please?
Rendal.
Great, thank you. Can you have a seat? Just make sure the microphone's close to you.
I was hoping to have something to show my drawings, but you all have my drawings with you, so I just walk you through those. Can you hear me better now? It's on. It's on. I'll just quickly walk you through the...
So before you start, just give us the benefit of your qualifications so I can qualify you as
Absolutely.
a...
I thought you never asked me. I'm licensed in New Jersey since 2008. I've been practicing since then. I have a master's degree in architecture. I have a bachelor's degree in architecture, and I have appeared in front of this board a few times, and many other boards in Morris County, and Bergen County, and other counties around, mostly northern New Jersey.
And you're licensed?
It's in order.
Yep, and it's in good standing, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great, you're qualified. Now, please
Thank you.
go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. So, it's a standard Central Hall Colonial with all the common areas on the first floor, two-car garage, And the second floor has 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Master bedroom that was the homeowner deemed it to be very small, and they thought that the bedrooms have a potential to be expanded. So the main reason of this expansion was that there is no bedroom on the first floor, and they wanted to add a bedroom suite on the first floor for their parents. The homeowners, their parents live with them most of the time. So, so once we started working on it, they realized that they would like to expand their living room also. So basically, if you look at the first floor, looking towards the house on the right side is not being touched. We are just expanding, making the living room a little larger, and then we are adding a unit for the parents on the left side of the house that has a bedroom and a bathroom attached and a small walk-in closet, and they wanted a separate laundry. They did not want them to be walking to because the main laundry to the house is being moved to the second floor in this modification of the house. So they wanted to add a smaller laundry with the master suite.
And there's only one kitchen, right?
There's only one kitchen.
But did you say unit, like a separate unit?
No, not a separate unit, a separate, like a junior suite, I would say. It's a junior suite that has, so typically when you have an attached ensuite bathroom with a closet, it is called a suite. Just like a master suite that has ensuite bathroom and walk-in closets. So this is basically a junior suite for the parents only.
And there's no separate entrance from
There is no
outside,
separate
right?
entrance. There is no separate entrance there.
In order to get to that space, they have to come through the main entrance.
Yes, absolutely. They had, I couldn't make it any better. I don't like the way they're gonna go in there, but they have to walk through the living room to get to their bedroom. And it was acceptable by the homeowner.
Good. Did you happen to see the letter from the township engineer?
Excuse me? Yes, we did.
Okay.
We did, and the homeowner, they talked to the engineer, they resolved the issue. They are going to provide dry wells as required for any kind of extra, water runoff.
And there is another query there. It says that is there any way to reduce the impervious coverage?
So, sorry, can I step in? Yep, so that's, I did speak to the engineer. He was worried about the impervious coverage because of the water flow and due to any kind of grading and stuff like that. I spoke to him, I assured him he'd reviewed it, there's no grading, it's a flat level. He sent a revised memo to the board, I'm not sure if you have it. He sent a revised memo.
Do you see it? There is a revised memo, November 24.
No,
Is that after?
No,
That's
what
You all have it.
Is the one after the
Is
24?
one after the 24th?
I don't have
Maybe.
it. November 24th.
The latest memo we have is November 24th.
Right.
And it's still asking for a topo map.
no. Here, I have,
Okay, then I do not.
I don't have it. I have a copy from December 5th memo from Justin Lisa. And you should have a copy. You want
it's one
me to
paragraph,
just,
maybe someone can just read it.
circulate, or how would we go about it?
No, we need to for
I just
the
have one copy. I
application
thought you
attached.
already have that
It's gotta
memo.
be introduced. Doesn't it have to be introduced, Mr. Johnson?
Has to be introduced.
It was sent to the town on December
We don't
5th.
have that.
We don't have that.
So I
What is in the
forwarded
back
it
side of it?
already,
What is on the back?
There's nothing on the back of it.
Is that an email you received?
To the town, to Nora and Jen.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, sure, we can read it.
Yeah, I have a report in front of me from Justin Lees, Township Engineer, dated 12/5/25, referencing this application. In the follow-up to our November 24 memo to the board, we met with Mr. Patel to review our comments. Mr. Patel agreed to install a dry well to mitigate the increase in stormwater runoff from the proposed construction. He will provide this office with a design for our review and approval prior to the start of construction. A test pit will also be excavated once the construction begins. Mr. Patel is also applying for a minor soil moving permit. No significant changes in grade are proposed.
Looks good to me.
Yep.
It's
Laura,
good.
is this in the file? Is this in your file?
No.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just
So,
double
do
checking
we
and
mark
see
it
if I
or
did
not?
receive it.
I think we should, well,
The
let's see if it's,
attachment.
is it in Nora's
She's
file?
looking. Yeah, she's looking.
Nora's looking.
Uh, You know what, I do have it,
Okay,
Okay.
somehow I missed it.
So we don't have to, so we don't have to mark it.
Great, all good.
Okay.
We'll send a hard copy down.
We have it.
Great.
Are there any,
So just for the record, you are agreeable to do the stormwater mitigation measures that you discussed with the township engineer, and you'll agree to make that a condition of your approval,
Of course.
correct?
Yeah. He just wanted assurance I don't spread the soil that we dig out.
Well, you're gonna get a soil moving permit.
Yes.
And you're
it's gonna take
gonna,
it off the property.
yep, and you're gonna install a dry well
Yes.
to deal with the stormwater mitigation measures, correct?
Yes, correct.
are there any questions from the board of the testimony just presented by the architect?
I,
Do you have anything else?
Do you have anything
I
else
can
to
just
say?
finish it up.
Oh,
Go
I'm
to the
sorry.
second story. So the second floor, we made two of the bedrooms a little larger, and that does not really impact any zoning because they are gonna be on top of the existing garage. On the other side, we just made the master suite a little more comfortable for the homeowner and provided a balcony for them. And the balconies are cosmetic as well as a kind of a request by the homeowner. And so the laundry has been moved upstairs. They have now two good-sized walk-in closet and a comfortable size master bathroom, and with a little sitting area slash a nursery slash an office attached to their, they needed it because they have a little child, and which, once the child moves out, they're gonna probably use it for an office cum sitting area. So we just modified the master bedroom on top. And so part of the house is the expansion is 2-story, and the 12 feet towards the house is 2-story, and 12 feet and 0.75 is single story where the bedroom is. So we have two variances. One is the lot coverage, and since the master bedroom and since the guest bedroom and the expansion of the living room had to be in the first floor, so there wasn't really much option. But the front yard, the only reason for the front yard reduction is that the homeowner wanted to align the expansion with the house, and the house is at an angle on the side. So in our effort to align it with the house, the existing 14.2 feet setback got reduced just like a little bit.
Okay, so the house doesn't exactly follow the line of the street, correct?
It does not. It's not parallel to the street.
Okay, so in order to make the house one specific,
Yes,
equally across,
yes,
you had to encroach a little bit into the front yard
a
setback.
little bit.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Your testimony is complete.
Yes.
Are there any
Right.
questions from the board?
Can I say something or?
Yeah, I have one question.
Please.
This is to architect. So once the house is complete, this is 5-bedroom house?
This is gonna be a 5-bedroom house.
So
So
it
we
wa-
have 4 existing bedrooms and 1 additional bedroom on the first floor.
So it was one bedroom to initially for the house.
Excuse me?
It was one bedroom house initially before the expansion of the second
No,
floor.
there was 4 bedrooms on the second floor. So we are not really adding a bedroom on the second floor, we are just enlarging and modifying the existing bedrooms on the second floor.
That's
So there
exactly.
will be 4 bedrooms on the second floor
And one
and 1 additional bedroom on the first floor.
first floor. Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Are there any questions from the audience
Can
in the testimony given this evening? Please come forward.
Make sure you use the microphone. And just state your name.
Mike Ocker,
How do you spell your last name?
Ocker,
And where do you live?
107 Leamore Drive, next door.
So this is a chance for you to ask questions
Yes.
of the architect who just testified.
So, with relation to the stormwater runoff and the dry wells and grading, living next door, we both know we get water there. I just want to make sure that there won't be any additional grading towards my property that would potentially have additional water runoff onto my
The
property.
homeowner just testified that there won't be any grading modification and any additional water runoff is gonna be taken care of.
With the dry wells.
He's agreed to install dry wells as requested by the township engineer.
Okay, great. Thank you very
Does that
much.
answer your question?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the audience of this testimony? Please come forward.
Please use the microphone. State your name.
Beth Eisenbud, 109 Leamore Drive,
Can you spell your last name, please?
Eisenbud.
So this is a chance for you to ask questions of the witness.
I'm just trying to understand, one of the things they're doing is an addition above the garage?
No, well, yes, we are expanding a little bit. We are making the existing bedrooms a little larger, so it's gonna expand on top of the garage.
Okay. In the notice, it said something about a 1-story addition and a 2-story addition.
Yes.
What is the 2-story addition?
On the left side of the house is a 2-story addition, where we are making the existing living room a little bigger. And then on top of that expansion, we have a second floor expansion to make the master bedroom a little more comfortable.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions of this witness and the testimony given this evening? I see none.
Sir, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to, I don't want to take too much of anyone's time, but I just wanted to say that the architect said my parents live with me most of the times. My parents live with me all the time since we moved in. Actually, all 4 of our names are on the house. And now we have 2 little kids, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And my grandmother comes over from India 6 months out of the year too. So it's there's 7 people in there at times. And that was the reason for this expansion. And the main reason was my grandmother's immobile, but my mother, she's legally handicapped. Like, she still works full-time. She works at Macy's. But she has rheumatoid arthritis, and it's only gonna get worse as she gets older now. And she already kind of has trouble going up the steps. She could have been on disability 10 years ago, but she refused. She's like, no, I'm gonna work. So she still works to this day full-time, but she's legally handicapped.
Yes, but your architect said that that's why that bedroom on the first floor
Yes.
has been added.
So
May I ask, where is your grandmother going to stay?
she's in and out because my dad has a lot of brothers. So sometimes she'll come for 2 months, sometimes she'll come for 3 months.
And she will stay with your family?
Yeah, and we don't have an exact plan for that yet, but we squeeze her in right now whenever she's over.
She's gonna be squeezed.
Yeah. So my dad, she splits time between my dad's brothers' houses.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak in opposition to this application? I see none. Anyone in favor of this application? I see none. Would, one of our members,
Yeah, I think it's a good application. I think
Thank
you're looking to take care of your extended family. You are agreeing with the township engineer to, install the dry wells. You're not gonna impede or create a bigger problem for your neighbors. So I will be voting for it.
okay.
Would
Can I
someone
do?
like to please frame a resolution?
Let me do it.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy.
Application 25:54, Anup and Archana Patel, 105 Limnar Ave, Block 206, Lot 21, Zone R-3, to issue or grant a C variance to construct one-story addition, two-story additions, second-story addition over an existing one-story and two balconies contrary to section 430-35, column 4 and 10, and in conformance with the town engineer's memo.
Thank you.
Second.
DeCruz.
Yes.
Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Neglia.
Yes.
Petty.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Ready.
Yes.
Grignani.
Yes. Your application has been approved,
Thank you.
and you will receive confirmation at that time you may apply for your permits.
Thank you.
Lots of luck. Application 25:60, Cosmo Builders LLC, 213 Lakeshore Drive, Block 596, Lot 25, Zone R4. A C variance to construct a new single-family dwelling with attached garage and open deck with steps, contrary to section 430-35, columns 3 and 10, and section 430-101.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, Mr. Shepherd,
Yes, we're so
hello.
close here, it's very warm. Well, for the record purpose, my name is Stephen Shepherd, I'm the applicant's attorney, I'm here on behalf of Cosmo Builders LLC, a property owner. May I be seated?
Sure.
Of course.
Okay, in conjunction with the application, we caused to be submitted some documentation, which I'd just like to touch on before we get into the witnesses, because I think the documentation is going to allay a lot of the questions that may otherwise come forth, perhaps streamline the application. Initially, as part of the application form and attached to it, I provided a copy of the tax records from the County of Morris Board of Taxation, which reflects that the subject home on the property was constructed in 1932. We provided you some photographs of the houses as it gets today. It's like a one-story kind of hovel. And in the chain of title, which I provided as part of my certification, entitled Certification of Stephen C. Shepherd Esquire, I provided the chain of title going back to 1932. I also provided a copy of the filed map from 1932. This property is the product of two lots that were 25 foot wide on that filed map from 1932, map number 921, recorded with the Morris County Clerk on April 19, 1932. The deeds in the chain reference the map, and the deeds reference their lots 30A and 30B, both being 25 foot wide. The majority of the neighborhood consists of lots that are 50 feet wide, so this was two lots. The way it worked before the 1953 Planning Act, you would have these maps filed, and they would have lots, whether they be 25 feet or 50 feet wide, and you would go to the sales office and buy 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them at a clip. The map was used primarily for sales purposes. Often people would go and buy contiguous lots, whether it be 2, 3, or 4. So in this instance, our predecessors have purchased two lots contiguous to one another, lots 30A and 30B. As a result, we have a 50-foot lot. If you look at the tax map, which is also attached to the application, you'll see that the majority of the lots on the street and in the neighborhood are 50 feet wide. It seems that the common practice was to pick up two lots. Now, oddly enough, the lot immediately adjacent to us is 100 feet wide. They must have bought 4 lots. And there's a much larger house immediately contiguous to us right next door. And that, I believe it's 211 Lakeshore. That house is about 3,800 square feet, so it's about 1,000 square feet over what we're proposing, so it's substantially larger. So for that reason, we feel that this is not going to be imposing on the neighborhood. Seated to my right is Frank Matarazzo. Mr. Matarazzo is a licensed professional engineer. He prepared the plans in conjunction with tonight's application. He's also a licensed professional planner. So I'm going to ask that Mr. Matarazzo be sworn and that place his credentials on the record. If the board is satisfied, that you accept him in both of those professions.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
State your name and spell your last name, please.
Frank Matarazzo, Matarazzo.
Okay, Mr. Matarazzo, could you briefly state your credentials on the record as a professional engineer and a professional planner?
Sure, have a bachelor's, sorry?
How many times have you appeared before this board?
Many, many times.
Okay, I
You've
asked the
been
board
previously
to...
qualified,
We're
correct?
well aware of Mr. Maserati.
And
Very
your
good.
license is in good standing?
Yes.
All right, Frank, let's
qualified.
talk about what's out there today and then what's proposed, and if you could address the planning issues.
Sure. So the site's located on the southerly side of Lake Shore Drive. It's approximately 281 feet west of Roosevelt
Can
Avenue.
you speak into the microphone, please?
Okay, so the site is located on the southerly side of Lake Shore Drive, approximately 281 feet west of Roosevelt Avenue. The property has dimensions of 50 feet wide by 150 feet deep, resulting in a 6,000 square foot lot. Currently, there's a small 1.5-story dwelling on the property with a driveway located on the left side of the house, and there's currently no garage servicing that house. The topography is fairly flat in the rear of the property. It slopes downhill from west to east, or if you're looking at the drawing, it's from right to left. In the front of the lot, there's slightly steeper where the property slopes towards the roadway. So the proposal is to demolish the existing structure and construct a new single-family dwelling. The new house will have a driveway and a garage. There will be a deck constructed in the rear of the house, and a dry well is proposed to control the increase in stormwater runoff from the proposed roof area. The proposed house will comply with all the setback requirements and impervious coverage requirements, as well as building height. We're proposing a building coverage variance of 23.89%, where 20% is permitted. That amounts to approximately 291 square feet in excess of what would be permitted. We're also asking for the combined building and deck percentage variance, where a maximum of 24% is permitted and 26.03% is proposed.
Right now, in addition, Frank, the ordinance mandates a minimum lot width of 60 feet, and we're 50 feet. Is that fair to say?
That's correct.
So as you heard my presentation and you read the documents, it's fair to say that that condition is an existing condition which dates back to 1932?
That's correct.
Okay. And I do point out that as per the tax records, the house was built in 1932. So Frank, is the house located off to one side, or is it more or less in the center?
The existing house?
Yes.
It's about in the center.
Okay, now, attached to the application are a series of photographs of the existing house. All the board members have it. Those photographs fairly and accurately reflect what's on the property today?
Yes.
Okay, and likewise, we have some photographs of the addition of the houses on either side. Are you familiar with the neighborhood? Those
Yes.
photographs likewise accurately reflect what's on the other side of it?
That's correct.
Now, we also have the benefit of the fact that the client has built the very same house elsewhere in Parsippany, and we have a photograph of that for the board's consideration. So I draw your attention to the photograph that's next, represents a house that was built 108 Longview. It's on there. So Frank, is it fair to say that that represents what's being proposed to be built here today?
That's the exact same house that they're proposing on this property.
Okay, now, can you tell us, is this house tailored in order to fit this lot that's only 50 feet wide?
Yes, the lot on 108 Longview was also a 50-foot wide lot.
Okay, now, if you would please address the planning aspects associated with these C variances. Can you enlighten the board how it is that they can grant the relief that's requested?
Yes. So with respect to a C2 variance, purposes, the advancement of the municipal land use law, there's purposes of the act which are being advanced. Purpose A, which is to encourage municipal action to guide the appropriate use or development of all lands in the state in a manner which will promote public health, safety, morals, and general welfare. So the removal of the house that's in disrepair and bad condition will be replaced with a new dwelling. The new dwelling is very similar to the prior application, has 5 bedrooms this house will have a bedroom suite on the first floor as a fifth bedroom, primarily being used for older residents, family members. Also, paragraph C of the MLUL to provide adequate light, air, and open space. So the proposed dwelling conforms with setback requirements of the zone, as well as impervious coverage. Paragraph G of the MLUL to provide sufficient space and appropriate locations for a variety of agricultural, residential, recreational, and commercial uses. So the new house will provide sufficient space in an appropriate location for residential use. It's in a residential zone, and we're permitting the residential use. Purpose I, which is to promote a desirable visual environment through creative development techniques. So the proposed house replaces an old house that's in disrepair, constructing a nice new looking modern house. Those are the aspects of the MLUL which are being advanced as part of this application.
So Frank, you got us over the positive criteria for a C2. Why don't you address the negative criteria? Have you looked at the master plan of the township?
Yes, I have.
Why don't you tell us what you found?
So the master plan has several goals and policies within that master plan. Goal number 1 is to preserve and protect the character, density, and aesthetics of the township's established and stable residential neighborhoods by restricting incompatible land uses from the areas and significant increases in intensities of use. Also, goal number 2 is to provide a variety of housing types, densities, and a balanced housing supply in appropriate locations to serve the township residents of various ages, household types, and incomes. So basically, with this type of house that they're looking to build, with the fifth bedroom being on the first floor and a bedroom suite, which will have its own bathroom associated with it, it provides a type of dwelling where an older family member could live with the children.
Now, Frank, based on what you...
We got one more. One more. Goal number 12 is to nurture the township's diverse cultures to establish a unique community identity that supports and strengthens the historical arts and cultural resources of Parsippany-Troy Hills.
Now, Frank, based on what you read in the master plan, can you tell us whether there be any substantial negative impact to the master plan as a result of the deviations that's proposed?
There'll be no substantial negative impacts to the master plan or the zoning plan as well.
Now, let's ask about this. Will this proposed house have a substantial negative impact on the neighborhood, the adjoining property owners, or otherwise be such an overbuild that it would be a detriment to the zone plan?
No, it wouldn't, because what people would see would be basically the front of the house, and the front of the house complies with the setback requirements. Really, the house is just a little bit deeper, resulting in the building coverage variance. So it wouldn't be noticeable from the street that the house is quote-unquote too big.
Okay. So is it fair to say, Frank, if you could sum this up, it's the 291 square feet of extra building coverage that generates these variances?
That's correct.
And it's part of the redevelopment of this project. I had quoted the appellate division's holding in Pullen versus Planning Board of South Plainfield Township, where the board could look at the overall benefits of the project as compared to just the benefits of the deviation. Do you agree that that would be applicable? The board could just look at this as a whole package and say this certainly represents a better alternative than what exists today?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything further, Mr. Matarazzo, and we do have the project architect here, should you have any questions, but I don't otherwise feel that it's necessary to have him testify.
How did you deal with stormwater runoff?
We have
dry well?
the dry well.
Can you explain that?
Explain what this...
Like, what's the plan with respect to the dry well? Like, have you already engineered, is it on your plan?
Yes.
Okay, so what is it?
We're proposing it, let's see,
Drivewell is located in, I guess, the left front corner of the property, the left side of the proposed driveway.
Can you speak into the microphone, please?
So the drywall is located on the left front corner of the property, and the roof leaders will discharge directly into it, and there's usually an overflow on the driveway.
Okay, so all the roof leaders are gonna discharge into that driveway?
Correct.
And that was, run through, Justin Lee, the engineer?
I don't think this has gone to Justin Lee's
I
yet.
think there's actually
We have a letter.
You got a letter from Justin Lee's?
Is it a favorable letter? Because if it is, I'd like to hear it. If not, just keep it to yourself. No, it is.
This is just talking about it, but doesn't say that anything was agreed upon. Oh, yeah, the applicant proposed.
By the way,
He indicates that, he does
Needed.
indicate that a dry well is proposed to mitigate the
Yeah.
increase in runoff.
Soil permit is,
You agree that you'll provide the design to the engineer for his approval?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And there's also a request that you apply for a soil moving permit, correct?
Yes, I see that.
And a right-of-way opening permit,
Correct.
and I think there's a reference in there to changing the curbing to comply.
Yeah.
The curbing.
Yes. Yes.
All those are
These are
acceptable?
basically standard requirements for all, building permits.
And they're all acceptable to the applicant?
Yes.
any board members?
I do, I have one question. Being that the house was built in the 1930s, if there is any asbestos in the house, that'll be abated, it'll be addressed at the time you do your tear down?
Yes, that's actually standard procedure for,
Okay.
for demolition.
Just want to make sure I have it on the record.
Any other questions from the board?
Madam Chair,
Yes, please.
just one heads up, when you go to see Mr. Leza, 225-98 requires a void ratio of 33% for the drywall, not 40.
Okay,
So you got to bump that up a little bit.
yes.
Is there anyone in the audience that has any questions of this witness and his testimony on it?
Just come forward, use the microphone. State your name.
Joey McCormick,
Spell your last
220 Lakeshore Drive,
Can you spell your last name, please?
MCCORMICK.
Great. This is your opportunity to ask questions of this witness.
Well, the question was going to be, just to make sure, and I don't know these guys, but that there wasn't going to be two houses on the property, because I saw the certified letter and I thought somebody was suing me. But I don't have to worry about that. So obviously, there's no two houses, and I just want to, and I don't know if this is the right time, but I want to ask the board here, whatever they want to do, as long as it's not two houses, I'm right across the street, so I'm all for this. The house I'm in has been in my family for at least 50 years.
This is really a time just to ask him a question,
So-
all the time to speak.
Okay,
If you
so
want.
I'm just gonna cut it short and sweet. The house has been falling down for 40 years. It's even worse. It looks like Nightmare on Elm Street across the street, so whatever they want to do, I'm all for it, as long as it's not two houses, which it's not.
Thank you, thank you. Does anyone have any questions other than Mr. McCormick? Is there anyone in favor?
Well,
Oh, sorry.
sorry, I don't mean to
Go
jump the
ahead.
gun. You have other witnesses, correct?
No, well, the project architect is here, should there
Okay.
be any questions, but I think Mr. Matarazzo has addressed everything.
Gotcha.
Do we have
Go
any
ahead,
questions
sorry.
of the architect?
No.
Board members?
No.
Is there anyone in the audience that is opposed to this application? See none. Is there anyone in favor of this application? Please come forward. Mr. McCormick?
I'm in favor, that's what I had to say.
Okay,
But it's
thank you.
fallen down for 40 years, you guys see it now.
Yes, I did. I did. I happened to be there. Would someone like to support this application, please?
Again, it's improvement, and nothing's better than having a neighbor tell you it's really needed. So, you're going to do what you have to do with the dry well and the other requests from engineering, so I'll be voting for it.
Would someone like to frame a resolution, please? One of our board members?
Yep.
Mr. Reddy?
25:60.
Santosh.
Oh, you want to?
Santosh?
Can I try?
Okay.
Please.
Go ahead.
The application 2560, Cosmo Builders LLC, 213 Lakeshore Drive, Block 596, Lot 25, Zone R4, C variance to construct a new single-family dwelling with attached garage and open deck with stairs contrary to section 430-35:3 and 10 and section 430-10:1. I grant to approve, support, it's a fair application, and hopefully that 40-year-old thing be 2026 beautiful piece.
That's on the condition that they comply with the recommendation of the township engineer,
Yes.
correct?
Thank you,
I
Johnson.
second it. I'll second the motion.
DeCros?
Yes.
Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Neglia?
Yes.
Teddy?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Grignani?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Good to see you, Mr. Mr. Mazzarella. Your
See you
application
in
has been
January.
approved, yes, we'll see you in
We'll see you in
January.
January.
Yes. Application 25:65, Ferguson, 540 Vale Road, Block 458, Lot 13, Zone R3, a C variance to legalize a rear covered structure, shed, front walk, front patio, front pads, rear patios, rear pads, in-ground pool, pond, and stone wall contrary to section 430-10, C, and sections 430-35, column 8. Side yard pool equipment and pad and paver patio, section 430-35, columns 10 and 13.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please state your name, spell your last name.
Ninoska Ferguson, Ninoska, my last name?
Yes, please.
Fergusson.
Great. Could you
Can
just
you
tell
pull the
board-
microphone close?
Yeah, you probably needs to come closer to you. Yeah, the microphone needs to come closer to you to make sure it picks up on the recording. So tell the board why you're here.
So, when I applied for this, I received a site inspection. I mean, they came to the property, and they found that the impervious coverage in my land is, it's exceeding the amount, the limit amount that it's permissible here in town. So I went back to speak to the engineer in town, and he suggested or recommended that I did cut back on the impervious coverage and install stormwater devices to resolve the issue.
Okay, so did you apply to do some work on your house?
No,
So did you do some work on your house without permits?
no,
When did,
not at all.
go ahead.
I bought
You
the
had permits-
house,
Excuse me, you had permits for all of the projects that you did on your home?
no. I bought the house 11 years ago like that.
Yeah.
Cows,
Yes,
badly destroyed. I upgraded that residence. It's a dental office.
yes.
So when I bought it, it was chaotic, and little by little, I started upgrading what it was existing in
Did
there.
not get permits, is that correct?
I
For what
did,
you did?
I didn't know I had to get permits to change old pavers to new pavers. I didn't know that.
Was the pool on the property, or you put a pool
It's
in?
a jacuzzi. It's an in-ground jacuzzi. They call it a pool, but it's a jacuzzi.
So does that mean the people who did the work originally never got a permit? You did the work,
That-
someone saw you doing work, they came, the town came,
Yes,
that's
yes.
where we're here today.
But this has been, I started doing this in, well, I was not working during pandemic, so little by little, I started doing projects here and there.
Yeah.
But upgrading what it was, and then when I found out was that changing old pavers to new pavers, you have to get permits. I
Well-
didn't know that.
The reason why you do is because the original pavers were put in illegally,
Well, that's my shock now.
right? It's not
That's
that
what I'm paying
it's
now.
not that it's not that you replaced it, it's you replaced it and it wasn't recorded originally.
That's
Little
what
difference.
happened. That's my nightmare right now, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm facing
So
right
in
now.
the letter, it says you're agreeable to reduce the amount of impervious coverage and install a drywall system.
Yes, I'm
Could you
with,
just talk to the engineer and decide how much you're gonna remove?
Yes, we don't have the exact number, but possibly 50% of the coverage we're gonna remove.
So I think.
Because
I don't wanna jump
originally,
ahead, but how do we approve a plan without the plan?
well, that's why we don't have, this is shocking to me. I mean, you tell me. I've never done any of this
Who
before.
met with the engineer? Your husband or yourself?
I,
You did.
So I'm
Are
looking
you
at,
Dr.
so,
Ferguson?
yes, so I'm not an engineer, I'm sorry. I don't know anything
all right.
about this, but when I spoke to the engineer, he explained to me everything in details of what was happening and what I needed to do.
Okay.
So now what I want to do is, after this, I want to reduce, we're going to cut out, we're going to remove the pavers.
Okay, why don't we do this? We don't have a plan that shows what you're gonna reduce.
Well, that was going to be
And
next.
you haven't
Yes.
come to an agreement on what you're gonna reduce to show to the town engineer.
I was going to do that after this,
You
yes.
can't. It has to go first.
Okay,
So I think what you wanna do is ask the board to extend your hearing date
Yes.
without further notice.
yes,
And then you need to get an appointment with the engineer and sit down and you agree what you're gonna dig up, what
Yes.
you're not, and what the drywall system is gonna be.
yes.
so you have an engineer, Mr. Roth?
Well, yeah, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him
Okay, so
since then.
Mr. Roth is gonna do new plans for you to file to show exactly what the end result is going to be.
Okay, do I need an engineer for that, or, because I
Well,
was
you need
under
someone
the...
to, you already have Mr. Roth that did
Right,
these.
but, okay, but this is
Somebody's
different.
gotta put it on the map, so
Okay.
that means.
But my question is, can we do it? Can my husband and I do it?
Go meet with the town engineer, take notes, draw on a map, do whatever you
Because that's
can.
what he said. He said
But
we don't need an
eventually,
engineer
you're
for
gonna
this.
have to get him to show that on the map.
I will do
Or
that.
ask the town engineer,
We're gonna do that.
can we just draw it on this map ourselves?
He said yes.
However you work it out.
Yeah.
The
You know where you gotta go.
The difficulty with that would potentially be that you don't have someone to do the calculations of exactly what will be left in terms of impervious coverage.
I understand, but the engineer did all the numbers, the town engineer, kind of guiding us.
I'm not sure he's gonna be responsible for doing the calculations to come to the number that will represent what you're gonna do. Am I right, Mr. Johnson?
Well, originally he said that I was over 5,500.
Well, he's gonna tell
square-
you that number for
yes.
sure. But he's not gonna tell you what you're gonna,
And then he
Right.
gave us formulas to
Where you go.
calculate.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't sound like this is a major project, but it's gotta rip some things out.
Yep.
They have to agree, yes, we'll take this patio out, but we don't
Yeah.
wanna take that one.
No, we are gonna take at least 50% of the
I
impervious.
understand that. But exactly which parts of the impervious coverage you're gonna rip up, do you know that now?
Yes, do
you
I have
know
to
if
draw
the
them on the,
Do you know if the town engineer is gonna agree to those? No, you
well,
don't know
that's why I need to show it to the engineer.
Yeah,
And if he agrees, then we'll go forward. If he
We're killing
doesn't,
this.
Yeah, that's why you need an engineer. You already have an engineer.
Okay.
You have to speak with him and get that down in writing, a new plan, and then we're going to carry your application. Nora, may we have a carry date, please?
I'm sorry, I just, I
What's
don't know
that?
much about
Excuse me,
this.
Nora?
March 4th.
All right.
Okay,
Once you have all your information, your next appointment is March 4th, 2026, at 7:30 PM. We need a plan as to what you are going to remove,
got it.
okay? All right.
And the design where the stormwater devices will
Okay,
be,
one
right?
second.
You have a question from a board member?
Yes,
Right.
board member?
We opened it up and on the drawing here, it says portion of covered structure and patio below to be removed, limit of covered structure to be removed, pavers to be removed, portion of paved to be removed, limit of pavers to be removed, and concrete pad to be removed.
I understand that, I noticed that
many
as well.
square
I just don't know that we know the size.
Oh, okay,
Extent of-
okay, okay, that's fair. You understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
May we have a motion to carry this application?
I move it to carry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you
Ferguson.
so much.
We'll see you on March 4th. Thank you.
Yes, it's a Wednesday.
Application 25:35. Vinyaka Ventures LLC, 755 South Bedford Road, Block 764, Lot 28, Zone R3, a D variance for commercial use in a residential zone and outdoor storage of vehicles and materials.
Good evening, everyone. Joseph O'Neill of Garofalo O'Neill Ruggiero here on behalf of the applicant. First, I'd like to do a little brief introduction to kind of introduce you to what it is we're doing, because Chairwoman Gragnani's description is not exactly accurate. What we are proposing here,
Mr. O'Neill, excuse me, that's what I'm,
I know that's what it says,
okay.
but what's actually going on is my client wants to use the rear previously approved buildings for storage by people who are not related to the owners of the house. So they want to lease that out. Now, previously, back in 1981, this site was approved for those storage garages to be used by the owner of the home as part of his business. So it was a unified site. We're looking for something different. Now, the storage of vehicles and outside storage, we're not proposing that. We don't want any outside storage. There's also the board engineer's report mentions auto repair being done in the garage. That is true, but that's not part of our application. We've actually got an order to lock that tenant out tomorrow after a very contested process of trying to evict him. So all that stuff's going to go away. All we want is to use those buildings for storage for people not related to the owners of the house. So we're decoupling the use of the sheds from the ownership. And here to talk a little further about that, there's Prina to come up, Prina Trevetti.
I have a question, Mr. O'Neill.
Sure.
You mentioned that there's auto repair being done in one of the buildings.
Yes.
When was this home purchased?
Well, I'll get to that with Ms. Trevetti,
Okay.
but it's subsequent to it's before the car use. That was being done in violation of that guy's lease.
So when the home was built, a home was bought, they were already there doing the work, or did they come in after
They
the home was
came in
built?
supposedly to store materials, and upon an inspection by the Trevettis, they discovered he was running a body shop. So we had him evicted for violating the lease.
But what you're still trying to do is you're trying to get an okay to operate a business in a residential area, correct?
Well, yeah, because we're trying to store material in those garages.
Well,
That's separate from the ownership, so I would agree that would be considered a business.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Gross.
What is it they're gonna store?
Well, they can store various items, including cars, but there'll be no engine work or anything done there.
There'll be cars coming and going though, from
There'll be
behind
cars
the
coming
house.
and going to get the material out of the garages, yes.
And who lives in the front house?
I believe it's vacant right now, but we can get into that with Mr.
Okay.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please state your name and spell your last name. Make sure you're close to the microphone.
Rina Trivedi, I spell my last name as Trivedi, Trivedi.
Thank you.
Ms. Trivedi, you heard my introduction to the application. Was that substantively correct?
That is correct.
Now, you and your husband conducted an inspection of the larger of the sheds in the back. Isn't that true?
That is correct.
And you went and you inspected the operation. You discovered a number of cars being worked on.
Yes,
And was body work being done there?
that is correct. They were fixing cars.
And fixing cars body work?
Yes,
Were they doing any engine repair or anything?
not to my knowledge, no.
So you challenged the gentleman that had the lease. He was there at the shop?
That is correct. I right away challenged him and I reached out for legal help to get him out of there.
Which is how we began the eviction.
That is correct.
And you have an appointment tomorrow to change the locks on the building.
Yes, I do.
And then we'll begin the process of getting those materials out of that.
Yes, that is correct.
Now, question was asked, when did you buy the property?
Sometime around December of last year.
What was going on in that garage at that time?
It was given to me by the previous owner, empty, but before that there were some tenants there who had recently moved out because she was selling it to me.
Who were the tenants?
There was some equipment repair guy. I don't know if it was affiliated to the house or not.
Now, you're not proposing doing any equipment repair back there, correct?
No, no repairs at all.
And the items that are outside now, basically outside, because there's no room in that garage to put them away.
That is correct.
Once that garage is emptied, the camper and everything else that remains, which is not a lot, will be stored in that garage?
That is correct.
You intend to get others to store items in that garage?
Yes, whatever will be stored will be completely inside the garage, nothing outside at all.
No hazardous materials or anything?
Absolutely not.
You anticipate mostly dry goods, things like that?
Yes, any dry products can be stored.
How will you market this?
I may put it up in the market too.
Just say.
Right, I will be putting it up in the market to lease the garages.
Okay. I have no further questions for this.
So how many people do you plan on leasing this space to?
Only one person, there are two garages right now, so there could be two potential
And you won't
tenants.
subdivide each one?
No, I don't have to
If someone
sub,
comes in and says we only need a third of it, you're not gonna accept them?
no, not at all. A single person will be a tenant for the garage.
I have a question. When this home was built, when this home was bought, December 2024, approximately,
Correct.
there was people living in the home, the private home, and they have left. When did the work that is being done on cars, when was that being, what was the date that they were in the garage doing work on the cars? You already owned the property in 2024.
Correct,
Were
at the
you
end.
aware, did you leased the garage to this person?
Yes, yes, I
Not knowing
did.
that he was going to do repair work or machine work or whatever.
That is correct, yes.
He told
You leased it or the previous owner leased it?
No, we leased it sometime around January or February of 2025. But as soon as I figured out that he is fixing cars there, I contacted legal help to get him out of that, out
The
of that
lease was
place.
for storing cars there.
That is correct.
Related to his business in Kearney.
Right, he has a business in Kearney. He said he was going to store his cars here. But when I went and did a personal inspection, that was not what I thought he was doing.
He actually denied he was painting the cars.
That is correct, yes.
Standing in a room with a paint booth
Right,
and a paint gun.
Is that the?
That is correct.
Which building is that? The
The bigger
larger
one.
building?
Bigger one.
the bigger garage in the back.
But you're also going to lease the building, the garage that's next to it.
Yes, a small garage.
And you're going to be leasing that to one tenant or two tenants?
Only one tenant.
Per building?
That is correct. Two sheds are there, yes, two garages.
With one tenant for
Each.
both of the buildings? Or one tenant for each of the buildings?
One for each of the,
So we have two tenants that are going into that property?
correct.
Who's gonna be living in the house?
The house is going to be rented.
So you're gonna have the third party renting the house?
That is correct, yes.
And who will police this? That there is nothing going on?
I live right next to it. After this property is the town water pump station. After that is my house. So we are,
You just became aware. They've been there a year and you just became aware, but now you're applying, you had put application before the board. So it's kind of convenient that you would evict them at this point. You know, that should have happened, that should have never happened. They should have been able to go in there and work on cars and paint and do whatever they were doing. No one was really policing the property.
Mr. Brooks, I think that we can clean up that timeline about the eviction matter. So when did we first become aware of this problem?
sometime around, immediately around March, I figured it out. Right away, I reached out to my attorney to evict him. The process takes time. It doesn't happen, eviction doesn't happen right away. It took me several months to where I am today. So the whole process, and I acted immediately. As soon as I figured out right away, I said he's not going to be there.
The tenant actually changed the locks on that building, didn't he?
That is correct.
So you didn't have any access to that building.
That is correct.
It's only when they finally opened the door to work that you were able to get into the building.
That is correct.
So let's say you rented to a new tenant. You're not gonna you can't limit how many times they're gonna go in and out, right? They could be in and out 50 times a day or twice a day, you don't know. Or how many vehicles pull into that spot. Let's say it's someone who's storing food products for a supermarket. And they need whatever, and then they send the truck and they get that, and then an hour later they need something else, and then an hour later, you don't have any idea of what the tenant's gonna be or the traffic that's gonna come out of there, correct?
I can definitely place limitations on them, like only daytime hours, something like
Yeah, that's
that.
a tough thing to enforce to me. Okay.
You said there was a previous zoning application when,
Yes.
you have a copy of that resolution?
I don't have a copy of the resolution. I do have the numbers. It was 81:46 and 81:48, handled by the law firm of Dubo and Garofalo. And the chairman at the time was Bernie Berkowitz.
So we don't know exactly what the board approved then?
Well, they approved the buildings, they approved the height, and they approved the setback. We have the permits and the memos from that, but we don't have the resolution. Haven't been able to find it.
So you don't know whether there were any, we do know that one of the conditions was that the use of those buildings be done by the occupants of the residence.
Yes, absolutely.
Other than that, we don't know whether there were any other conditions.
No. I'm not aware of any other limitations.
So,
given the time period, I'm not sure environmental issues and other things were adopted. There was an issue in the case that accessory height had just been adopted, regulations of that. So there was a little battle about that, but nothing else.
are any of the existing tenants, I know you're evicting the tenant in the larger building tomorrow, you're locking them out tomorrow.
That is correct, yes.
What about the tenant in the other building? Is that tenant going to remain?
Yes, he will.
What is the business that tenant is in?
He's a mobile car fixing guy who just is parking his, overnight, his very expensive piece of vehicle that he has that is used to fix cars on the road. So he has a
A tow truck?
Is it a mobile, like, glass service that they just come and fix a window?
It is a mobile truck that fixes cars on the street. So it is a very expensive vehicle is what I'm being told, that needs to be locked in all the time.
Hold on, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, I stand corrected. He is
Okay.
correcting me. They fix only trucks on the road.
Does he store any material in that garage?
No, not at all. He just has this expensive piece of a vehicle which he wants to store in there, which he does, and I've been seeing that.
And that's a permitted use now?
Well,
No.
there's no one in the house, so
No.
it's really not a permitted use, but
Do we know from the resolution that you quoted before, was there any statements as to what the buildings were to be used for?
the gentleman was a contractor and it was his own vehicles.
So that was assumed that it would be a contractor's storage.
It's definitely his use, yeah. I mean, I know that from the history of the use.
So now we're going from a contractor's storage building, which most likely would be some kind of vehicle and materials, wood, sheet rock,
I would imagine,
to automobiles.
just vehicles, yeah.
Well, you don't know who the tenant is going to be in the larger building at this point. You don't know that. You have no idea who that tenant's going to be.
Right.
Right?
That is correct, except for storage. I know that definitely some kind of storage. It could be
You don't
storage.
know. You
It
don't
could
know
be
what.
storage of vehicles, or it could be storage of products.
We're looking for approval for one tenant to store possible materials and a vehicle in that building. So,
But one of the issues, as you're aware from Mr. Lemanowitz's letter, is that you're in the wellhead protection area.
That is
So
good.
storage of things like automotive fluid might be an issue in that area.
Oh, I completely understand that. That will not be allowed. It is only products for resale. It could be products for resale, like a grocery or something I'm anticipating.
yeah, there's not gonna be any work done on the vehicle, except for maybe light maintenance. Maybe he's got a flat tire. He's not gonna be able to open up the engine, not gonna be able to do the body work, or anything like that. It's just a storage of the
And the
vehicle.
public has no access to anything.
And dry materials.
But the mobile repair of motor vehicles, which the business in the smaller building is currently in,
Correct?
may involve the storage of automobile-related fluids, does it not? I mean, does it not involve, I mean, you don't have that tenant here to testify as to
No.
whether that's true or not.
No, he's not storing any materials there. He's just storing the truck.
He's just storing his truck. I see that all the time. Him coming early morning, he's gonna leave at around 7. He's just storing that truck and then he'll bring it back.
I see on page 4 of Mr. McDonough's aerial photo of figure 4, page 4. The small building looks like pickup truck, a vehicle, and then there's another area that looks to be covered, and then there's a larger vehicle. Is that a trailer? Is that his truck that he uses to make repairs? Or is that something completely different?
Is that the white one behind the building?
Yes.
The trailer.
This
It's a camper.
Ms. Trivedi pointing at
You can see the pop out.
exhibit.
It's a camper.
Who
It's a
has the
trailer.
camper?
Camper.
It's a
So
camper.
these belong to the big garage guy who's being evicted, and tomorrow I will have possession of
So
that,
all of
everything.
these cars or trailer is belonging to the larger garage tenant.
That is correct, yes.
Now, when we began the eviction proceeding, the tenant became a lot more aggressive about things, didn't he?
Yes, that is correct. He was very aggressive because we were trying to right away evict him.
So we brought more items onto the lot. He actually parked vehicles behind the building, which you kind of see figure 4. Isn't that true?
That is correct, yes. And we followed up immediately through legal action, even to take out everything. And we said everything has to be contained inside the garage.
You actually went so far as to file a police report, didn't you?
I did file a police report also for him putting cars outside the garage, and
And I appreciate that you have a clunker for a tenant. And it really doesn't play into the future use of the space.
Can I ask, in the smaller garage, the gentleman that parks the big truck
correct.
outside, did you go inside of that garage? Have you literally seen if he puts anything in there?
Oh, all the time I go in there and I make sure that he is parking only that truck, which he claims is a very expensive piece of equipment. So he's parking only that.
You've inspected it many times. There's no other material besides the truck.
No, absolutely not, because being right next door, I have been there several times.
So when this gentleman who runs this business, mobile automobile repair business, do you know what kind of repairs he's conducting?
He's repairing trucks, I'm being told, to the best of my knowledge.
Right.
And that are stuck on the road and need to be fixed.
So does he have supplies, material that he uses in that business? Do you know that, whether he has materials he uses in that business? Does he have spare parts? Does he have spare fluids, is what I'm getting at? Does he have those things associated with that mobile repair business? Do you have any idea?
Every time I've gone there, there's nothing except for that truck.
Just the truck?
Yes.
There's nothing, there's no shelves full of product, nothing like that?
Absolutely not, no, not a single shelf, no.
And if I may, Madam Chair, the issue with the wellhead protection is that that property is in both the Tier 1 and Tier 2. So it's in the most protected and the second most protected. And under that, major potential pollutant sources, what the ordinance says, includes the storage or disposal of hazardous wastes, industrial or municipal sludge, or radioactive material. And then it also includes collection and transfer facilities for hazardous waste. And I think what Mr. Johnson's question is getting at, if it's a mobile repair truck, does he go out and replace a battery? Because if he does that, does he have batteries in there? Because obviously battery acid may be considered hazardous. If he's going out for an oil change, does he buy the oil on the way to the repair? And what does he do with the oil that he takes out of the truck before he gets back to his garage? It's the process here that, I think what we're getting at, because it's obviously a concern when you're within the wellhead protection area.
All right, I see where we're going here. I think I need that tank.
The problem then becomes, what happens to the next tenant? So I think your client would be wise to figure out a solution to the concerns regarding the types of activities that are gonna go on in those garages. And how to deal with that, so that it's limited to things that would be the least intrusive to both the wellhead protection area and the neighboring properties.
Okay,
Well said, Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
But I also think for me, I haven't heard why in a residential neighborhood, we need to turn this specific property into a business. I don't know, I'm not sure I understand that either.
I
Well,
think
I've
you ought
just
to,
begun the application.
Yeah, that's
So I
why,
appreciate an opportunity.
yeah, no question about it.
I think you really need to have the person that's in the small garage come and explain what he is, what he does, because otherwise I think we're just gonna go around in circles.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need
I
to,
think that'll
with
lead
him,
to what the possibilities of the limitations on the larger garage.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you want to start putting vehicles in there that are basically over the road. I mean, you hear advertised on the radio all the time about Amazon looking for drop-off places.
Right.
no, that's,
And
That's not this. This site.
I understand that, that's not what you represent, but it's there, and if we don't discuss it and limit it, we're right back to where we are now.
I would try to find that prior resolution as well,
Yeah.
so that the board can have the benefit of whether there were any conditions in terms of what uses could go
I
on.
think that's good.
I mean, if it was a contractor, you know what they were gonna put in there, the trucks and
What
drywall.
about, what about future tenants not going to be using automobiles, only for food storage?
Well, we'll discuss how we're gonna select the future tenants. We'll discuss some more possible limitations on using it. To get away from some things maybe that are concerning the board.
Yeah.
What might be worth considering is actually to prepare I'll say a notice that the board will accept, and that has to be posted inside the building. So that if anybody ever wants to check it, the zoning officer, whoever, okay, there's the notice, this is all the stuff that's not supposed to be here, it's not here. So that way it's on the wall, and that, it's a good way that everybody becomes knowledgeable, whoever is in there. Plus, you could put it in your lease agreement.
Well, it's gonna definitely go in the lease agreement.
Right.
But I think the client recognizes in the use that's there now in the larger building, they needed to do a different vetting process. I mean, taking someone at their word, I'm repairing cars here, and I'm just gonna store the finished products there, obviously it didn't work. Something happened where he was basically operating out of there. And we need to guard against it. And the client's certainly been burned enough to do that.
So you're asking the board to carry the application
I am asking the board to carry it, yes.
with all extensions?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Ms. Jolie?
March 4th.
If I ask the board to carry this without further notice, we'll grant all extensions through the end of March.
May I have a motion, please?
Motion,
Second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll see you March 4th.
Thank
So
you.
if there were members of the public that were
yes.
here on that application, the application is being carried to March 4th. I'm sure you heard some of the testimony and some of the questions from the board, but if you have questions or comments, come back on March 4th.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting, please?
So moved.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Say